So this guy is saying if you're living at home around the age 25, I guess, then you're a failure. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. But let's hear what he's talking about. To be honest, I used to have this same exact mindset. I didn't see the whole video. Well, not that you're a failure, but I felt like you should not be living at your parents or you should not be living at home at this age. But I'm gonna tell you why I changed my mind and why I think it's important to actually most likely stay with your parents as long as you can.
If you haven't moved out of your parents' house by 25, you're a failure. And the reason you're a failure isn't because you still live at home, it's because you've never even tried to move out. There's more merit to moving out on your own, messing everything up, and having to move back in with your parents than never having moved out in the first place. If you're still living at your parents' house at 25, you've probably been sitting back hesitating on something for the past 2 or 3 years. Oh, once I get X amount in my savings account, then I'll move out. Oh, once I finally have that dream job, then I'll have enough income to go start my own business. Issue with staying at your parents' house is you have no responsibilities, no monthly bills to pay, no commitments, there's no ticking.
I truly feel like living with your parents is a hack. It's a big hack because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to stay with their parents as long as they can. Like their parents want them out or they just might not be able to tolerate their parents. But if your parents are allowing you to stay with them, then stay. Stay as long as you can. Stay as long as you can tolerate your parents and as long as your parents can tolerate you. But you should always be striving to something. I'm not saying sit there and sit around and do nothing, just eat up all the food and consume and not give back. But I'm saying to take advantage of this golden opportunity for you to live free or at a very discounted rent rate. Because you can go out here in this real world in these high cost of living areas and you can go pay that $1,500 for a studio, that $2,000 for a one bedroom, that $2,500 for a one bedroom, that $3,000 for a two bedroom. You can go out here and pay that. Or you can stay with your parents and pay $500, $700, $1,000 a month, whatever they want to give you. If they give you nothing, you should probably still give them a little something. And then guess what? You might be able to afford that $2,500 rent. You might be able to afford that $1,500 rent. But now you could put that money towards investing. You could put that money towards enjoying yourself, going on vacations. Put that money towards getting the car you want. You could put that money towards paying off your loans, paying off your student loans. You can pay off your student loans. You can pay off all your debt while you're with your parents. And then you can go into that one bedroom apartment when you're ready and live debt free. So it is extremely advantageous to people to live with their parents. Now, like I said, I used to have this mindset where I'm saying, oh, they're 22, they're 25, 27 years old, still living with their parents. Like, what's up with that? But to be honest, it's a hack. What are we doing? We're house hacking. We basically have roommates. We have people that live above us. We're not living with our parents, but our housing is subsidized by another person. And that's the same thing when you're living with your parents. Your housing is subsidized by another person because they're paying for most of the mortgage. But even if you go half on a mortgage with your parents, say the mortgage $2,000, you're paying $1,000, you're still paying way less than what you'd be paying if you were really out here, going to rent a one bedroom apartment or a two bedroom apartment in your city. So it is extremely advantageous. You have to take advantage of it. Do not squander this golden opportunity to save and invest into your future. You can literally boost your retirement by like 10x just by living with your parents because hopefully you're paying nothing to a very little bit of money towards your housing and you can take advantage of so much things.
You're constantly living in a state of limbo because of how comfortable you are. Oh, dude, I can't wait to start my own business. I can't wait to move to Manhattan and get my dream finance job. You're telling your friends about your goals, but you're doing absolutely nothing to go chase them. But then the second you move out on your own, even if you can't afford it, you have bills to pay, you have to make rent every month, your back's against the wall and the pressure's on. The business you thought about starting, you're gonna start on day one when you move out. The dream job that you said you're going to apply for the past 6 months, you're going to apply for on the first day you live on your own. And then you're either going to look back in 6 months and say, holy shit, my life has changed forever. I have my dream job. I have my dream business. I'm good. Or you're going to say, well, time to move back in with mom and dad because I tried it and I failed and I learned a lot, but at least I tried it. So if you've been sitting at home waiting to pull the trigger on moving out of your mom and dad's house to get your own place or move to a new city, just do it because the worst thing that's ever going to happen is you have to move back in at home with your parents, get judgment from some friends, and move on with your life.
It's kind of hard to tell what his stance is. Like, who cares what your friends think if you have to move back with your parents? You need to be strategic in everything you do. If you plan on moving out in 5 years, you need to make a 5-year plan on what you want your accounts look like, what you want your saving like, how much do you want to rent, how much do you want to buy for. You need to have this stuff played out. We cannot just be out here, acting all willy-nilly when it comes to finances. We need to have a plan so we can put it into action when the time comes. Live with your parents as long as you can. That's what I say. I don't see a problem with it. I say, man, you must be saving a lot of money. This guy worked. He just moved back in with his parents because I guess they're trying to save some money. He said, yeah, just moved in with my parents. He'll be living there for a little bit. I'm like, you must be saving a lot of money. He's like, yeah, we're saving like up to $2,000 or more a month. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be getting that house that you're talking about, because he wants to get the big house. He wants to get the house with the property and the chickens and the land. He wants to get that house. So they moved back in with the parents. Also, parents help out with childcare. So there's a lot of benefits. They don't have to. Some don't, some do, but they're helping out with childcare. So there's a lot of benefits from living with parents. House hacking. House hacking is the key. Lowering your housing expenses is the key to getting rich. I'm just going to live by that. If we stayed in this house hack for the rest of our investing career, we'd probably retire 10 years early, because we'll have so much extra money because we're not paying towards that super expensive housing. So I think that living with your parents is a great idea. I don't see an issue with it. Like I said, I used to see an issue with it. I never went back to go live with my parents after I graduated college. I had my apartment a year, not even a year. I had an apartment a few months after college in the Boston area, and I was still making it work. I had a second job, saving, grinding, hustling. But I look back at it, man, if I would have stayed with maybe my wife's parents, I would have saved so much money. I might have started investing. Don't rush to move. It's expensive out here. Rent, $2,000, $3,000. Houses are costing $500,000, $600,000. Your mortgage is $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. When you can live with your parents for $600 to $1,000 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next video.